let's get this started. I gotta go back through what we do here.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right, roll call.
Jerry Burmeister.
Kate Edwards.
George Harris.
Sandy Bowler.
All right, so we do have a quorum.
We sure do.
All
And
right.
now we have to vote on officers, because
Yes.
we haven't met since December of last year. So we have our president, or chair, our vice chair, and our treasurer. So you can nominate who you'd like, or someone can nominate to keep the positions as they are. Like, I don't, Jared, what do they call that? Like a
As is.
as is, or like a ballot, something. There's a word for it, but we don't have to get technical. So there's two options.
I'll just make a nomination that it stays as is.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Okay.
All right. Do we vote?
Yes.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? All right. Good. No changes. Okay.
Okay. Old business, none. New business, National Register inventory updates. So
No, wait, we gotta do minutes.
Oh, yes, that's right.
you're
Thank
right.
you. You should be president, really.
Yeah.
Okay, so has everybody read the bills?
I have.
Thank you, Cindy. I was
Everybody?
texting you guys.
Yeah, everybody's read. Okay, do we have a or do we have a motion to accept?
I'll make a motion to accept minutes.
I second.
All right, 2 seconds. All right, tied for second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? We're good.
Very good.
All right.
Okay, now I have new business for you. So we can do this one of two ways. So there have been a slew of updates that have been suggested for our National Register inventory that was done by the Ball State students last year. It is like a 400-page document. There's bound to be some interpretations that we have a little differently than the students who don't live, work, own businesses and properties here. So, you know, by no means saying that, you know, what they've done was not super impressive, but we have some things. Sandy, I know you went through with Helen, and created this list. I added a couple to these as well from Tammy. Of things that we might want to change statuses. We might want to change years that things were built. The students used mostly property cards, which I know there was like a fire at the county a long time ago that destroyed a bunch of records. So the placeholder date for anything unknown is 1899.
Yep.
Regardless of if it's newer looking or was newer looking. So there's a lot of non-contributing to contributing, contributing to non-contributing. And then the reasons they're listed as well as date changes. So we can either go through these individually and discuss and vote on them, or you guys can take these home, review them, let me know your thoughts, any comments, get it back to me before our next meeting, and then we'll vote on it as like one document. So I do have
Is
this.
this the list that I did
Yeah.
up? Okay.
Yeah, Connor made it into this awesome.
Oh. Bless his little.
I know, he's done a lot for HPC and I'm so happy
Yes.
with it. So we have this, and then I can print out the individual pages that these are, so you don't have to search through the document if you'd like me to.
And the document isn't numbered.
Is that the pages? Oh, I don't think I ever noticed that, so
And I do want to make a comment. Helen Rescue went through all those first. She spent 2 days going through them and then
my
she called me
goodness,
and said, then we spent 3 hours going through them too. So I just want to recognize her for what she
absolutely.
has done for this.
Thank you,
You
Helen
know what? I should
Resky.
send her an email and do that.
Yeah, and she, you know, the both of you, you know, having started the National Register, you guys know it better than anybody. So we're definitely thankful for Helen and your work on this, and we want it-
For Helen, she's going through some whole things.
yes, absolutely. Our thoughts are with her. So if you'd like to do that, we can do that, or if you have any you want to just chat on right now. I can pull them up. I have the individual pages that they're called out on. Or I can print it off and you can review this and get it back to me by next month. And we can vote on it then.
Is this already on our register, on the webpage?
So the Ball State document is, these updates are not.
Right, so we can go on there online and
Yeah,
home and
you
go
can
through.
go online.
But they're very hard to find because the numbers are not.
No, it's on our website, right? Not
Yes.
Ball State. Okay.
Correct. So the one thing that might help is Connor put these in order numerically, and that's how they are in the Ball State document. They don't go by street, they don't go by quadrant, they go by the address of the home number. So that might help you narrow it down, but he did also list a page number, so I'm assuming he probably counted through and found
You
which
try to
page.
do that, bless his
Because
heart.
Connor is a genius. He did something, I don't know, maybe on the PDF he counted through that too, but, or we can go through it now, or we can discuss maybe some hot topic ones if there's any, Sandy, you really wanted to call out and discuss, but you guys let me know how you wanna handle.
Me
this, but I-
personally, I'd like to take them,
Me too.
study them.
And study, okay.
Yeah, that's
Was-
my opinion.
Would anyone like a printed copy of these pages specifically, so you don't have to go through the document? Here, okay. I'll
Yeah, as long as we can find the document.
Yeah, it is online.
Okay.
It's on the HPC's department page. It's on the left-hand side. It's
If
the
you
twenty
print them,
twenty-five Ball State inventory.
can you do them on back and front?
Uh-huh.
Okay, do one for me.
Okay,
It's just easier.
okay. I will get these for you, and then, before we leave tonight, I can get them printed for you, or you can pick them up in the morning. So,
So we might want to take our time and let you print them since it's storming outside.
yeah, oh my God.
Yep.
Wow, it's raining sideways. Okay, so if there's nothing else with that, any other comments, questions on that? I will get those copies printed for you. And then we will vote, to just kind of update those, update and adopt the changes. It might need to be a resolution. I don't think it needs to. I'd have to ask our attorneys, but we'll get there when we get there. So the next thing I have is we have $55,000 of facade exterior grant funds left. I have not had any interest in those remaining dollars for another project or anything we could use here on the town hall. So I'm wanting your thoughts on, I talked with our attorneys and they said if the board agrees, they can change the application for bidding for either trying to move that money or reallocate it to applicants that are already approved. So I put kind of some thoughts up here. So again, the maximum match that we are allowed to have right now with that grant application is 50,000. So someone has $100,000 project, we put up 50, they put up 50, and so on and so forth. We've had no serious interest in the remaining funds for, any other projects. And our next round for food and beverage starts next year. So they did skip a year. I guess there was some funding schedule and because we got it in 21, 24, or no, 22, 24, and I thought 26, but I was incorrect. So we need to move those funds.
Why do we have to move them?
Because it looks better on our application to get the food and beverage dollars to
Say
have those
we actually need it,
expended.
yeah.
We're not required to, but it gives us a better application.
Right.
So what happens if we don't use that? Do we? lose
If we
it?
don't use it, no, we don't lose it. It
Can we
stays
save
there.
it for more projects?
We can save it for, another grant. Like it can only be for the grant program.
So
Now, if we apply in for 27, we can include facade grants. We can change the structure of the application. We could do interior work, roof work, which is prohibited right now. We could do a more appealing grant, a 75-25 and 80-20, something like that. And we can structure our new grant dollars so that we can get more people to be able to do stuff and not just
I noticed up here,
necessarily.
it says something about interior,
If we,
to move that, okay.
So the way that food and beverage works is it's for economic development. And so for the last two rounds, and there might have been one before when I wasn't here, I don't know. The last two rounds was for exterior facade improvements. And we've done a ton of investments because of those. And so when we apply, we show what we've done with the prior monies and any private investments. And I think that's why our applications have continued to be accepted and they give us this cut of money. But we can also change what it's used for so long as it stays in that economic development realm. So interior work can still be considered economic drivers, because if you're making an unusable building in a historic district more usable, you're gonna have businesses come in, you're gonna have people visiting, you're gonna have more economic drivers. So
But we can't do that with the present funds we have.
no, not with this one. This one is strictly towards exterior facade grants. But what we can do is we can, the food and beverage, like the committee at the county that allocates this to us does not necessarily dictate how the money is allotted in the application. So like if we went to them in 2020 with a 75-25, as long as it was for economic stuff, they don't.
I spoke to Fletcher and he's getting bids together for.
Is he? Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Just getting ready to say that. I've spoken to
Okay.
him, but
okay.
there's interest.
So when does our application have to be turned in for next year?
It'll start next year, so we'll probably apply in March or April of next year.
Oh, we do. Okay, so we've got some time.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that was my question. Doesn't have to be done now, but we have.
No. I'm just like thinking ahead, looking ahead, you know,
Okay.
like with knowing how long it takes to get some of these projects done.
But we do have this available
Currently,
if he would.
for exterior.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Okay.
And so if we move the funds, where,
What do you mean?
you suggested moving them,
Oh, I was thinking like allocating out, you know, for people who spent over 50,000, like meeting more of their halfway point for what they have spent in total, or dividing up funds to have like a 75-25 out to our existing grant awardees, if that's
even with the
possible.
current funds?
Mm-hmm,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
So, I mean, the costs notoriously creep up anyway,
yeah.
so, you know, if,
So like,
if Martin needed another few
and
thousand
that's
dollars.
kind of like what kind of started this, is I know that there's been a lot of issues found in that particular building ripping its face off. So, you know, the investment there has been worlds and above $100,000, you know, trying to think how we could maybe match that to make it a little more digestible for such a large changed building. You know, it had kind of a lot going on there with that awning, so.
What I understand, Tyler's also looking to do some side of the building.
Eventually, the parking lot.
Yeah. to do some- Well, no, I mean, to the actual side of the
To the other
building.
side. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know for sure if he's gonna do anything or not, or just put a building so close, nobody's gonna see it.
I think his thought is if he ever builds a building there, it'll be smack up next to it.
Gotcha.
Touch it, share the wall, whatever needs. To be done. So that's what kind of triggered me to think about this. If there was a way, you know, we could start divvying that money out to existing grant awardees in some percentage or some way that makes it, you know, equitable, but, you know, starting with maybe folks who have spent the over $100,000 on the.
But since we have a possibility.
Yeah.
Building, you
I
supposed.
mean, if you wanna, if we wanna wait and see, you know, how that goes, and if, you know, within the next couple of months, there's no interest still, we can revisit this.
Okay.
But I'd like to get those allocated out in some way to, you know, whatever this board decides to do with that, with our current application, by the end of the year.
So what building are you guys talking?
Travel over
Okay.
there.
Oh, yeah, that could definitely
That's
use
what
some,
we're talking about.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
they're looking at new windows
Mhm,
or just getting the windows fixed. And
Yeah.
then also painting.
yeah.
I
that
gave
would be
them
great.
colors for the building, so I'm kind of excited about that.
What is it?
I said I gave them, I suggested colors. Fletcher came to me and asked for colors of the building. He wanted something along the lines of green because it got that green siding on the side.
Yeah.
I had to change all that, so
Yeah,
I went with a darker green and a gold and a yellow gold door. Oh my gosh, it's gonna.
wow, okay, well, yeah,
Joanne likes it.
I'll, I think I have Fletcher's number, but I want to connect with him then. I didn't know how far along he was in doing.
I can send it to him.
in
Oh,
doing
Jerry.
it. Yeah, send him my way. I want to get an application in his hand if he's serious about getting those funds.
I know that Joanne comes back, I believe this week or next, so, Florida, so.
Okay, and that building is now, okay.
It's in her name.
Okay, that's all I need. As long as I've got some form of paperwork that shows that, that's all I need.
Yep. it's
So,
there.
okay, so, yeah, if we don't hear from Fletcher, and Joanne, you know, again, we'll revisit this in a couple of months, but that's kind of my initial thoughts. If for some reason they're no longer, you know, wanting to do a project like that.
I'm glad you mentioned it though, Hannah. You gave us something to think about as a board, you know,
Yeah.
what's our option? What can we do
Right,
with that?
Right, because, I mean, we've had a lot of investment going on down here, you know, and a lot of really good changes happening, so. And the way we can maybe help the folks who have made this investment. Awesome. All right, so,
I have one question.
sure, yeah,
Should we, I mean, would it be okay to make people who own these buildings a bit, aware of what's going on, how much money we have left?
yeah, I can, if that's what we, okay, so if they want to apply for a new project as the application provisions sit right now, like Fletcher and Joanne.
Right.
Absolutely. If they're not interested and we want to move forward with applying to get additional funds for your structure that you've already been awarded a grant for, that's when we'll discuss what those look like, what those provisions look like.
Yeah.
And then we'll release that to building.
Okay, cool. Great.
Yeah. But for right now, I mean, if you know of anyone else who owns buildings down here, who like Dr. Lau or anything like that, if he's interested, you know, I know we'd love to see those windows put in. But they're definitely gonna be more than $100,000 investment. So, you know, all we have to give right now is about 55. But happy to do it if he's interested, but I don't really know of anyone else who's ever shown me any interest, you know, the Owens
Yeah.
and Dr. Lau. We've gotten quite a few other folks taken care of, so.
I was looking at, you've got suggestions here, I'm looking at.
Mhm.
Ask for, I mean, we can go to that real quick and you can see if you want to. On the photos. And the first one is, they have it listed as non-contributing. And it's not, it is contributing. It's
Yeah.
things like that you look at and you think, wait a minute.
Right. And I know like Bob's house is listed as non-contributing.
Yes,
Definitely.
and Jerry's building is listed as non-contributing.
Yeah,
I mean,
so,
yeah,
so we're definitely thankful that you and Helen went through that page by page, getting it right.
yeah, yeah.
But okay, so.
Okay.
Again,
that's
just
it.
noodle on that with the grant, and yeah, have Fletcher come and chat with me and we'll get him an application going if he's getting some quotes. All right, next thing I've got for you, so you all have a printed copy of the historic residential design guideline. So this has been a project Connor's been working on with me. Connor's done an awesome job on this. And so after your comments, George, he added these 4 sections to the historic guidelines. And then as far as a kind of 1-pager, a graphic, you know, you just bought a historic home in Pendleton, now what? George, if you want to lead kind of that design, we can print it, we can make it, we can put it on our website, but we do have a blurb at the very end of the document as it sits right now. It kind of says all that, but it's not pretty, you know, it's just words.
Okay.
So I like the idea of like an infographic, something that's a little more catching to the eye,
Yeah.
if you'd like.
No, I would like to, because and you know, I understand the importance of branding. Yeah. Gotta keep that consistent.
But you're right.
This is for residential? This is
Uh-huh.
residential.
Yes, that's residential. So there's like, he broke each recommendation down into best practice and then like what's actually, recommended. I guess, or there's like two categories. One's like a minimum and the other one is like the best recommended thing.
It's very well done.
Yes, yeah, he did a great job. So, what I'd like to have is, I'd like to have these adopted, or at least on the agenda to officially either adopt or change at our May meeting. I think that having this just in place, we can amend it as we go if we find things aren't working or people are saying, hey, I looked through this document and that's not really practical for this kind of house. We can change something. It's not a ordinance. So since the HPC has no power outside of the local district, most of this is outside of the local district. It's just a guideline document. But having it under your officially adopted by the HPC, does give it some teeth. Very small, but still some teeth. And eventually, if you create a local residential historic district, you can adopt these as kind of like what we've done with our historic design guidelines for downtown.
Have you been able to move forward with that as far as the residential?
Now that, it's really all it is creating an ordinance behind it, just like what we did for the local one.
Right?
I think it would be much wiser to create a separate district instead of trying to expand the one we have now. Just because they have different rules and it kind of helps with people understanding that, they're like, well, why am I in a local commercial historic district? Like what, that doesn't make sense. You're in a residential district.
Right.
Now, as far as the public accepting that, if we get to that point and we want to do that, there's going to be a lot of campaigning, I think, my opinion, that is going to need to be done to get that passed.
Now, we talked about, when I went to the meeting back in October,
Mhm.
about just having homes put underneath the HPC residential. Like I would have my home under that. Helen would, I'm sure, everybody on this board would, But anyway, if we go that route, then that makes us available for future funds.
Now, would that be an opt-in kind of
It would
thing?
be opt-in.
Okay, so what I imagine that might look like then is, there's a local residential historic district or an overlay. And the way the ordinance is written is it's written as if you choose to opt into this, it runs with your property.
Right.
Almost like a rezone condition or a variance condition. Things like that run with the property regardless of who owns it. And then, I'm not sure there's actually a way to legally get rid of that with a rezone or things like that, but that's not this. So that's the way that ordinance could be written. And it's an ordinance that you guys would vote on a recommendation to town council. And then council would adopt that ordinance however it's written. That's how our local district was formed. So.
And that will help us create the district going down the road.
Mhm.
Because if they see Jerry doing something to the front of his house and he goes, yeah, I applied for a loan because I have my house underneath the
Right.
HBC. I mean, that's how you're gonna pull people in if there's money available.
Right. And I think, I'm not an attorney, but I would, wonder how that opt-in language would look. I'm sure it's been done
It
in
has been done.
places. I just don't know how it looks like when I think of an overlay or a district. I think of anything within it must apply by these standards, must be ruled by set standards of the overlay of the district. And so that
Can
would
you
be
look into
interesting.
that with the attorney though? Can you
Yeah,
get wording for that? Because I think that's important because we've got money left over now. Our town, we still got little bit of work to do, but most of our downtown is looking really nice.
yeah, it is.
So what are we gonna do like in 3 years? Where's that
Right,
money gonna go?
Right,
So if
exactly.
we get everything in place now, it's gonna be available to those
Yeah,
homeowners
I
if
agree.
they wanna do that.
I have a question
Sure.
on the guidelines, and I know they're just guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
Who will enforce this when somebody just blatantly?
You don't, there's no enforcement.
Okay.
There's none.
So, yes, so as it sits, for these guidelines, they are just guides, they're non-enforceable.
Okay.
Now, they have been adopted by this board, so if someone comes in and says, I'm gonna restore this house, can you help me do that? You'd use that guideline to walk them through it, and they could use it as well. So that's the very small amount of teeth that it does have, but it has no legal teeth
Okay.
right now.
Unless you put your house underneath that. Your house is already underneath that.
Right.
George's, your house is underneath that. So protect your house going forward.
Right.
You want to do that.
Right. So that would involve that ordinance being written and being written in a way that allows for an opt-in in some sort of either district or.
It's always been my understanding, Sandy, that we can make recommendations, but we can't make you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, but if it's under the HPC, then
Right.
it's just like the buildings on it. We have the same similar rules and guidelines that we have
Right.
downtown.
Everyone would need a COA if they were doing some, like on Broadway, like if Rachel was changing out her windows, she would need to get a COA from this board. To approve the new windows she was putting in. And I know we'd also talked about using Broadway Street as a catalyst, area.
We did,
Now, that might be something where, if we don't want to go through the rigmarole of trying to, write opt-in language, maybe we just start with this one. And then if there's a way, it can expand, we can rewrite the legal description. I don't know.
I don't know,
I think there's a way to do it.
I know, I worry about Broadway. We've already lost 2 homes on Broadway.
Mhm. Yeah.
2 valuable homes, the glass brick home, and then we went from Queen Anne to whatever that is on the corner. It looks nice, but it's not, they're off the National Register.
Mhm.
So unless they came back on, if they put their house on there, they could, borrow or take money from a grant and redo it.
Sure,
They can always
they can
do that.
restore it, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. they
so,
could.
And speaking of my daughter's house.
sorry, Jerry. Jerry feels the same way, so it's okay.
You're right.
He tried really hard.
Dad, if they want to give us the extra money, we'll do it that way.
Right. So let me kind of work with them, that being the legal team. See what, or, research we can do, other ordinances we might be able to use as precedents. If you have any suggestions of places where you've seen that work, just send it to me and I'll relay it to our attorneys, as they do their due diligence.
There has to be somebody else there. somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure that there is. It's just, irregardless, they write a perfect ordinance. It works great in court. The court of public opinion is what we're really gonna need to try to figure out how to triumph here, because it is going to be, I think, an uphill battle.
It will be enough,
Um,
but we got the National Register in here by an uphill battle too.
That's right, you did. But that was before Facebook.
Yeah,
I'm just
that's
saying.
true. I agree with you.
I'm just saying, boy, Facebook spread like wildfire sometimes, so.
Yes.
I can't read these. Is there?
They're on your iPad. So
Okay,
this is the presentation. You can click on it.
I don't see the,
It should be in, if you're in the April
Yeah.
2026 here, it is the second one down.
the National Registry Corrections PDF.
No,
Filing them
two
down.
above that one.
No,
It's just 4 documents.
It says 4/14/26.
April 2026.
It's not showing these five documents.
This is all we have.
Either one.
Oh, where?
See, I know how to find it.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else?
Wait, 2026. Here we go, okay.
Oh, thank you, dear.
I don't know why, but if you listed A to Z instead of newest, it puts everything.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, this helps. Oh, yes.
I don't know why the computers do what they do. I just know what buttons to hit. So, anywho. So these are the 4, updates. This is what after, George, you had sent your comments. This is what Connor came up with to add. So that is in the printed document you have in front of you. And what I'd like you to do again is go through, you got a lot of homework this month. What I'd like you to do is go through that as well, that residential design guideline. Redline it for me, highlight stuff you don't like, and bring me those printed copies back.
Okay.
Preferably by May 1st, so that I can get everything ready for our May 14th, 15th meeting.
Are these in here already? These, ones, that- the updates are, okay.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yes, yep, these are in the printed copy that you've got.
You said May 15th, for
Our next
Next
one is,
meeting.
yeah, I think it's the,
Sandy and I won't be available.
no.
basic,
8:15.
well, that's a Friday.
Oh, then it's the
The
13th.
12th,
14th,
no, it's
13th.
Either 12.
the
12th,
12th.
okay.
Wow, I am way off on that
Scared
one
me
then.
from that.
So what happens when you leave the country,
Huh.
sipping mimosas on the beach.
I did do that. Yes, it is the 12th.
The
Thank
12th.
you. That is our next meeting. So yes, if I could get those, any corrections or comments that you have by the 1st, I will put them all together, and then I'll send you out the final copy to read through. And then we'll vote on that on the 12th.
Very good.
Cool.
Good suggestions too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've slept since then, so I don't remember making it, so.
Well, you did say you had.
Yeah.
I probably do.
Don't remember, it's so funny.
Oh. All right. And then the last thing I've got for you is the NAPC, which is the National Alliance for Preservation Commissions Forum 2026 is in Minneapolis. It is in July, from the 22nd to the 26th. You're interested in going, we will pay your room and board and for your ticket to go.
Wow.
So let me know if that's something you're interested in. I don't know I didn't look at when the deadline was, but I mean, it's April, so we've probably got a while to get in.
When is
And we're
it?
NAPC members, so we get a discount anyway.
Is it driving up there? How long of a drive is that?
Oh gosh, let's find out.
It's a hike.
About 9, maybe. Been up in the art museum, it's great.
And the mall. Right.
Is that the Mall of America?
Oh, God.
I've never been to
The
Minneapolis.
mall's great. Been to the Mall of America, and I don't need to go. No, so
Out there. Okay.
I don't need to do that.
Okay, let's see. We are at, oh my God, 9 hours. Okay, if anyone wants to fly, we'll put you on Frontier, but we can fly up there.
Now, I might do that with Frontier.
Yeah.
I don't mind flying, but driving 9 hours.
Yeah, I think I mean, that's what we have
You'd
an
like to do that.
educational budget for
Yeah.
things like this. And I don't know if, when was the last time that no, I don't think any of us
No
have been
one's
to an
never gone to
NAPC
that.
one.
None of us
Before,
do
So nobody wants to rent a party bus?
I mean, that'd be cool, but
that.
that'd probably be cheaper. I don't know.
We could rotate drivers.
That's right.
Yeah, but I don't know, I've not seen really, the forum doesn't seem like it's really ever been in like the tri-state area, kind of
Yeah.
like the Indiana Landmarks, obviously is in Indiana. Camp, which is hosted by NAPC or DNR, one of the two, always has a virtual option, so I've attended quite a few of those. But this one just got sent to me, because we do a lot of their webinars when you guys come here, that's always through NAPC.
Yeah.
So. And we did get our CLG recertification from DNR
Oh, good.
DHPA. They gave me a whole bunch of resources for other continuing education stuff. I haven't milked through it yet, but I will let you know. But I know this was one of them on there, but I got a separate email for this. And then the other thing that they had mentioned was our survey updates. Any demolitions or things like that, they want us to report to them just as they happen, or any major reconstructions that are not fitting with the historic nature of the building. we're gonna start reporting, within the National Register District.
Okay.
So I know that they've done a lot of work addressing that in this survey update, but a new part of the CLG report is reporting those throughout the year. They're coming up with like a template to try to help CLGs be able to report it a little bit easier to them. But for now, we can kind of just say, hey, at this address, they did this, they enclosed the porch, or yada, 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 that we feel that it, may change the survey. So they want to keep note of that. They said that we're looking great.
Good.
That's all I've got. Do you have anything for me? I think I've got some marching orders for myself and for you guys. Anything else I can do for you?
I have one question.
Sure.
We have people that move into the community. Are we still giving them welcome bags or welcome? Okay, we're still doing that. Okay.
It's a folder packet that Brett and Cookie put together. It has like all of their utility information, who to call after hours, how to get a permit. We have like a one pager on, do you need a permit? Are you painting? No. Are you putting up a fence? Yes. It's
Okay.
a flow chart. There's information on, I think, like the school. There's something with the schools. We put a flyer or something like that. And then I think realtors is also another thing.
We were putting in on the walking tour along with the information, so I'll get on that and get them out here. Because it's like a little information about Historic
Yeah.
Fall Creek.
Is it a brochure?
It's a walking tour brochure, yes, and on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
front of it has information about Historic Fall Creek.
Yeah.
So we put
Yeah,
that
yeah.
together a few years ago, but you probably ran out of them and we just haven't replenished them.
Yeah. Let us know and I'll make sure Brett gets some.
Yeah,
And I mean, that's good to bring up. I'll probably go through that with him and just see what we might be missing. Things have changed. Also, the House Bill 1001 has changed a lot of things that we're gonna have to start doing from our UDO or code book
Mhm.
as far as residential housing and commercial and things of that nature. So some of the stuff we have in there right now might actually be changing anyway, because there's stuff you no longer can like charge permit fees for, or even have permits on, and processes and all these things are changing. So
Okay. Good
yeah,
for
we
that.
can do that. Anything else?
Oh, anybody who's not seen the student exhibit gallery should go.
Oh, okay.
They,
Is it the high school students? Nice.
Samson does such a good job.
I went last week and it's breathtaking.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Is it mixed media or just painting?
anything, yeah, I mean,
Anything, everything?
ingredients. I can't remember how many pieces they have. There was the possibility of us bidding at 77, because they had 11 students, they were allowed 7 pieces each.
That's-
But
Pieces.
yeah, but it's pretty amazing.
How long is it going to go?
I think it's at least till the end of the month.
Okay, great.
Oh,
Thanks for saying
Okay.
that.
Yeah, absolutely, because they have done
Fantastic.
some amazing stuff.
We must not be talking about the same one.
What's
Was
it?
it all the? For Christ.
Oh, the Stations of the Cross?
Yes,
That was only up for
Oh,
about,
for Easter probably.
yeah, for.
that was
through Easter.
fantastic.
Yeah,
I missed that.
yeah.
In the story of the student finding it at the high school in the back room.
Yeah, so Samson he had done the Stations of the Cross last year, and they did a display there.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there was a big controversy because, it's religious. I said, you realize how much artwork is religious based?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, he did them last year, but he did all 14. So this year he recruited a couple of students, my daughter, myself, and him, maybe 3 students. So, Madeline and I had done 3 of them a piece, and then he did 3, and I think the students all filled in the rest. But, in fact, I thought there was a place to see those, but I'm not sure if he put them up anywhere. I mean, online.
Oh,
I
I'm sure.
would love to see.
And
You say you found them at the high school?
listen, yeah, so what happened was, there was a
It's just.
a guy named Sweeney, I think it's Paul Sweeney. And he was an instructor at Heron Art School for like 40 years. And he had done this piece. And even his daughter didn't know about it. She has a gallery down in Bloomington. And he found the piece, and it was like, I can't remember which station it was. I believe it was, Christ be followed by the women and carrying the cross. And that's when Samson said, take this and use that as a template, but you're gonna do pen and ink, which is that's what it was. And,
Wow.
yeah, so then we all did the same approach to it. And he, all the same sizes. And he ended up giving the piece back to this guy's daughter, which is cool.
But it was found at the school.
Found out, yes, found out at school, yeah.
Storage room. Like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
been there for years.
they've been there for, since the sixties. Yeah,
So cool.
Wow.
So-
Wow, what a find.
Yeah.
If we could see it online, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would really.
you all took things about it. I'll find a way to get you guys.
Another assignment for you.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Well, he's already been through this, so he,
I think I have photos of all of them. I could probably send them to you.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds great. And if you'll notice over by, next to PAS, the gallery walkway, will be, hopefully here soon. We're working on resealing and restriping Tyler's parking lot. So we will be putting in the, brick pavers there soon enough, hopefully by the end of the summer. He's already picked out a product. It looks really nice. It's very fitting with the surrounding, colors and shapes of the bricks. So that'll line that walkway. And we're working with Scott Stottlemyre and PAS to get an archway for that area.
Cool.
So,
Are the bricks just plain bricks, or can you buy them and have something printed on them or like that?
I don't think so because they're a product that's not, it's like
Okay,
faux brick, and they fit together, but they're more ADA compliant and they're also, they're pervious. So
Right.
they don't take on water like a typical piece of
Okay.
brick or asphalt does. It's a really cool, like kind of tech paver thing, so.
I'm looking forward to it.
But yeah, I think it'll look really nice. So I'm sure you've seen and heard Ricky and his team out there the last few
Yeah.
days jackhammering that. And thank goodness we decided to not do any jackhammering next to the buildings because that concrete is like 6 inches deep. It was something ridiculous how deep it was.
wow.
So hopefully that's all done and we'll get that going so that Tyler can highlight his building a little better and then we can also have the gallery.
That'd be really nice.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, second.
All in favor?
All
All
right.
right.
All right, no opposed. Unless you
All
say-
right, thanks, guys.